Hello and welcome to Mastering in the Box and the first video in a new series called 5-Minute Mastering Methods. In this week's video we take a look at how we can make our songs louder without adding compression. Welcome to Mastering in the Box. I'm your host Smudge, and we are starting a brand new series called 5-Minute Mastering Methods, where we look at mastering techniques in 5 minutes or less. In this week's video we'll be looking at how we can make our songs louder without adding compression. So let's get into it. So you want to add volume to your track, and one of the simplest and most common ways to add volume is by using a limiter. But a limiter in its most simplest form is a compressor, and if you over limit you will start to apply compression and reduce the dynamics in your track. We know that adding too much compression in the mastering stage can actually make your song sound quieter. Let's take a brief listen to this song. So just by using a basic setting of applying 5 dBs worth of gain with a ceiling of -1 and a threshold of 0, we're getting -2.26 dBs worth of gain reduction. So what's the alternative? In most, if not all DAWs, there is a function called Normalize audio. Normalizing audio is a process where you reduce the difference between the peak level of your track and the digital ceiling at 0 dB. So for example, if you have mixed your track to -4 dB, so your headroom is 4 dB and your peak level is at -4 dB, normalising the audio will raise the overall volume of the track, pushing your peak levels closer to the digital ceiling. Now, depending on what DAW you use, the Normalize audio function will be stored in a different place. However, in Studio One 5 we can normalise the audio simply by right clicking on the waveform, and if you scroll down you will see a function for normalising audio. Once you have normalised the audio, you will see that the waveform is bigger than the pre-normalised audio waveform because of the additional volume. I've already gone ahead and normalised the audio in this instance, so let's take a listen. So we are using the limiter in a different way in this scenario. It is purely there to catch the peaks to avoid any digital clipping. The gain is 0, the threshold is 0 with a ceiling of -1. But by normalising the audio and using the limiter in this way, we have vastly reduced the dynamic range compression because we're only seeing less than 1 dB's worth of gain reduction, whilst also increasing the overall volume. So in conclusion, if you want to increase the overall volume of your track but you don't want to affect the dynamic range, then look into normalising the audio before you do any further processing. This is very much an underutilised technique and something that I do on every single one of my masters, because I get the track sounding louder, I retain the dynamic range. More dynamic range means an overall louder song, and it makes the track sound more interesting. And let's not forget, by normalising the audio, it also gives me greater flexibility in further processing options that I may want to take. So for example, if there is a particular compressor that I want to use to get a certain flavour, then I haven't got the worry about having too much gain reduction being used by the limiter. So I can then go in, add some general overall compression to get some glue and get a particular flavour that I want without entirely squashing the overall track. So it's a great option to give you more flexibility in your mastering choices as well. I hope you find this video useful, and if you do, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to know more about digital mastering, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the bell and select all to receive notifications on all of our videos moving forward. If you want to see more of these 5-minute methods, then please let me know and I can look to accommodate maybe 2 a week moving forward. All that's left for me to say is I hope you'll keep safe and well, and I'll see you in the next video coming real soon.